Welcome to the quick hitter version of the Mike Wise Show. I'm joined by my producer, Bruce Bernstein, basically my co-host, and we react to Game 3 of the NBA Finals from Sunday night. Our featured discussion is, yes, Emily from the YouTube commercial, the elderly Asian woman. We're just selling ads left and right. Emily from YouTube TV, is that your favorite commercial?
I love that commercial. Every time I see it, the first time I saw that commercial, I said, wait a minute, what did I just see? And then every time I see it, I love it. I love when
explain to people that haven't seen it.
It's a YouTube TV commercial, and Emily is this elderly Asian woman, and she's a huge basketball fan. So she's getting together with her family, and she's trying to watch the game. There's people in the house. They're distracting her. She's running from room to room, trying to watch some of the game on different TVs. And there's this one classic line that I just crack up every time I hear it, where the announcer voice, right? That's not in the video with Emily and her family says, Emily has never been this happy. And she goes, I'm always this happy.
Right.
And I just look at that. And again, I can't help but think that the people, the marketing people for YouTube, I think they're really trying to touch the hearts and the souls and the minds of an expanding audience, different ethnicities. A lot, commercials are targeted towards different groups. You don't see a lot of drug commercials during the NBA Finals because it's a younger crowd watching, right?
Right.
You're watching the NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
Right.
You're seeing, every commercial is like this drug, that drug, this drug.
It's unbelievable. I'm watching Dateline and I'm thinking they're trying to kill me while someone's been killed on, that I'm watching. And by the way, those drugs, I'm sure they do a lot for you. Fiberzozin or something. And then by the time they get done with the disclaimers, I feel like if I take a sniff of it, I'm going to die of cardiac arrest. Well, please don't take eating blood thinners, pizza, or ice cream. I'm done.
Do you remember the Billy Joel song? I'm sure you do. We Didn't Start the Fire. Remember that song?
Yeah.
He basically goes through all the world events. Now, Billy Joel appeals to an older crowd, right? I've been to a Billy Joel concert. The average age at a Billy Joel concert is higher than the average age at a Beyonce concert, right? He should do a remake of that song for his using all of those drug names and do the song with Farxiga and this and naproxen and
you could do it. You know who could do it?
Weird Al
Yankovic.
Yeah, Weird Al could pull that.
People don't know our generation, man. Weird Al Yankovic would Beat It and Eat It, and he had every parody down.
I think it would be so funny to hear somebody do that song because so many of the names rhyme. So you could really you could just do the list and say, verse 1, verse 2, verse 3.
Yeah, no, it'd be great. It'd be great.
So did you enjoy
Emily YouTube is somewhere David Stern is smiling when he sees that commercial because here's a man who saw that the game could, if not be football, soccer, the world sport, could start making a dent in all these countries, and it has. It really has. And you hear these stories of kids. I first realized it when Manu Ginobili came out and said that he didn't have a picture of Maradona on his wall as a young man. He had a picture of Michael Jordan, and he would watch these tapes that this guy brought back from. He would put on his little local cable station, and he would watch Bulls highlights that were weeks old. But it inspired him to become a basketball player rather than a soccer player. And it's just so funny how like Emily, the Asian woman on the older Asian woman on the YouTube commercial is suddenly, oh my gosh, there's fans like these all over the world.
I just want to, find out more about Emily. I want to know, does she really like basketball? Is she just an actress? Will she come on the future Mike Wise show and talk about, the Stephon Marbury?
You know what? It would be, that'd be awesome to get her on and see if she's really a basketball. The truth is Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon will get her before we do. But nonetheless, I think it's worth an ask. I think it's worth an ask, Bruce. If you want to hear more, check out the full version of the Mike Wise Show from Pure Hoops Media. You can also see the video version of the Quick Hitter on the Pure Hoops Media YouTube channel. You guys got the last one for free. Next time you got to pay.